Hey guys, today's video is all about sniping and how to stay in stealth while sniping. This is not a full in-depth guide on sniping, so some of the super nitty-gritty stuff like the best gun to use or bullet drop for each DMR or SR, as of the quietest of the different rifle are not in this video. This video took quite a bit of work, so I would appreciate a like to the video. Now let's get into it. These are the list of what I'm going to be talking about in this video, so if you're here for only a specific section, then feel free to skip to the timeline. First, my game preference and some of my HUD settings. Since some of my settings make sniping a little bit more challenging, I'm going to mention it now. First, I play on immersive mode. Difficulty extreme. Main weapon slot 1. Syringe heals injury off. Risk of injury often. Health regain partial. Ammo loss on reload on. Darkest night on. Crosshair never. Hit marker never. Weapon display never. Tool info never. Class technique never. Detection gauge never. HUD marker enemies never. Minimap never. And no AI teammates. And a personal rule of mine is that I'm not allowed to use my drone when I'm in the enemy base. Okay, now the weapon that I use. Since I'm playing solo and I need a weapon that can do range, but also a little bit of CQB, so I went for a DMR. Which one, you may ask? The G26. Reason for picking it? Well, the main reason is its range. But the gun looks great, and with the new update the gun also got the new sound, so it's personal preference really. But what the DMR lacks is damage compared to the sniper rifles. So for mission that requires me to destroy enemy vehicles, I'm going for the M82. Okay, let's move to the perk and item view. Since we are sniping, we want to have the ballistic advantage perk. If you are using a sniper rifle, you could also bring Rolling Thunder. My personal 3 perk selection are Ballistic Advantage, Slim Shadows, and Explosive Expert. Slim Shadows increase your stealth and agility, so it's harder for the enemy to detect you. Explosive Expert. This is mainly for the drones on the ground, like the AYM, because with this perk, you can use one C4 MK2 to blow the drone up instead of 2 of them. So it's a lot more cheaper. Okay, item wheel now. I got my syringe for healing, my EMP nades MK2 for disabling the drones, paired with the C4 MK2 to destroy it. Then my binoculars for ranging and target identification, since I do not have the mark enemy HUD on. My flashbangs, and my sync drone. As you can see, I'm using the sharpshooter class, mainly because the high penetration rounds, because we got a few more armored enemies in Operation Motherland. Quick note on the high penetration rounds, they are also high velocity, so there's lesser bullet drop on it. For example, the target is 200 meter away and I'm aiming at him for 200 meter. That bullet will go over his head. So you should aim a little bit lower. So now, picking a sniping spot.
Target down.
Obviously, you want to be at a location that is higher than the base you're taking. Now, if you know a bit about geography, you can pinpoint the high spots on your map around the base, so you have an easier time to make your way to the spot. Let's go back to the G28 for a sec and see my attachment. The main thing to note is my range finder and the bipod for plus 25 more range, and the scope that I'm using, the T5XE. So why is this important? Well, it's because I'm showing you the bullet drop of this setup. So at 0 to 199 meters, just aim the red dot at the head, you know. After that, from 200 to 299 meters, put the red dot on top of the head, without any space in between. Now from 300 to 399 meters, put the red dot above the head and just imagine a gap to the red dot and the head to be the same size as the red dot itself. Now, I don't recommend to shoot above 399 meters or 400 meters in Breakpoint because the enemy only render up to 500 meters in this game, unlike in Wildlands where it's 600 to 620 sometimes. Okay, let me quickly explain about what I call the enemy status types. There are three main ones. First, low alert. Low alert is, for example, an enemy has detected a dead body and the base begins a search. That's what I would call a low alert. Next is high alert. High alert is when the enemy know your last known location and will push to that location to search for you. Lastly, hostile. They know your location and you will be fired upon. Note, if you want to kill someone on low alert, make sure there are no other targets around him that will see the kill or will hear it, or else they will move to high alert. Stealth sniping is best done at either none or low alert. Next step, your target priorities. Note, if you are attacking a wolf base, my G28 is not powerful enough to one-shot kill to the body. So if range headshot are still hard for you, you should switch to a more powerful sniper rifle like the TAC-50. Okay, so the priorities are snipers and rocket gunner. They can detect you from quite a distance and they have very deadly weapons, a sniper and a rocket launcher. But they are easily spotted since they are on sniper towers, top of buildings, or nearby hills around the base. They are mostly also safe to just kill. Second, now this is more like a recommendation. If they are aerial drones, like the Malphas, I would take them out, but only if it haven't spotted a dead body yet, or else the explosion will trigger the base to go from low alert, which is finding a body, to high alert because the explosion. Still, the explosion of the drone will trigger a low alert if it hasn't found a body yet. Next, Tactician. If alerted, they will request reinforcements such as helicopter support or land support. They also stay at a distance for the sake of survival, so he can keep on calling reinforcements. He is equipped with a DMR. Next, radio operator. Well, he's pretty much the same, but he doesn't stay at a distance. That's all. The next thing, drone operator. They can control deadly drone with high mobility and good at scouting for targets. They are especially deadly in the extreme difficulty. Next, the seeker. They can use optical camo, so they are hard to spot with no thermal vision. They are equipped with an assault rifle. Next, the Oppressor. They are protected by armor and will try to engage in close combat when in high alert. Equipped with a SMG. God damn it, man. Why do you need to call him the Oppressor? Every time I see that word now, the only thing I think in my mind is the goddamn flying mosquito of GTA Online. God damn it. Either way, let's move on. The Dreadnought. They are also protected by armor and they will stay at range, equipped with an anti-tank launcher. Up next, the Big Boy Heavy. They are heavily protected by armor and he is equipped with a minigun, so extra deadly. Now, the Breacher. They engage in close range combat and they are equipped with a shotgun, so if you mess up, they will be in your face real fast. The last things are riflemen and troopers. Well, they're just your common soldier. Now, there's also the stationary targets and mortars. They're active on high alert, so when you see them popped up, that means you're on high alert. Note, they can all be deactivated if you sabotage or destroy the generator. Lastly, the ground drones, like the AYM. Destroy them last, since you will be going loud with the C4s. Now, with sniping, if you want to be stealthily as possible, you need to be patient. Pick the right moment to kill your target, at a place where no patrols are going, or they are in cover, or they are concealed. You also shouldn't have tunnel vision. Think about your spot, if you're concealed, or if there are foot or road traffic around you. Now to our last point. Oh man, this is a lot to take in. I congratulate you for reaching this point. As your reward, I have a small tip for sniping. You can lure enemy to a specific location by shooting the ground close to your target. The target will move to the place you have shot. So you could hide him in a bush from far away, or make him come out of a spot that you can't see him, or even stop him moving from just a second so you can have an easier shot. This trick does not work on snipers, rocket gunners, tacticians, and Dreadnought. They will just look at the direction you lured him to, but not move. Okay, to our last point, picking off your targets. Now this is similar to target priority, but this is most likely the list of enemy that you will probably eliminate first to last. Okay, so first, snipers and rocket gunners. Next, aerial drones, since they're very annoying. Then, those spotlights that can detect you. This is optional though. Next, isolated patrols. Patrols at an area that no other enemy goes to. Next, patrol with an oppressor. Tip for this one: shoot the non-oppressor enemy first, then shoot the oppressor twice in the head. Next, singular stationary targets. After taking out all the patrols, these targets are most likely just free kills. And then multiple stationary targets. From this point on, you can either switch position to get a new angle of the base or move into the base. Now the next video will be going in close quarter to a base stealthily. That will be part 2. Oh man, if you stick through this long, I just want to say thank you very much for your support. Well, other than that, thanks for watching and peace out.